FF14, but it's not the whole thing, it's that same game in that many minutes.
I mean, typically, whack-ass mechanics happen when a boss's life falls to a certain percentage, and apparently, in this case, no? Alright, let's get the fuck out of this binding coil. Well, that was a whole lot of hokum. Alright, we're doing the next one for realsies, and boy oh boy, it's actually one of my favorite early game raids. It is Circus Tower. Even though it's the second of the 3 Crystal Tower raids, I find it to be the easiest. I don't know why. It's just I find World of Darkness, the third one, to be the hardest one, just because it has goofy mechanics that you got to do. But Circus Tower is not bad. Oh, I have to recap myself. Get up. Okay, I am not undersized. I am properly sized. Circus Tower. There we go. Put us in. Oh, I guess in the meantime we're farming more monk atma. If you wanted to run away and join the circus, now's your chance. All right, are we gonna pop or not? We're waiting on one deep. It's always a lazy ass DPS. There we go. Oh boy. Oh yeah, and it's got beautiful music too. Yeah, this one is my favorite of the original 3 raids, or the 3 24-man raids. It's just, oh, the music's relaxing. It's beautiful. Check it out. You got acrobats on the flying trapeze. You got elephants, clowns in a suitable car for them. This place is neat. And the bosses are not terribly difficult. We've already got a bunny in our party. I love it. Taking Dancer because I want this to be a chill experience. Who do we got here? Eliza Thickberry, Aurelia Venturi, Chunky Cat Girl, Takiko Yakiko, Jinpachi Kazehaya. Yep, that's our weeb. We got one. Who else am I missing? Anybody? Raktos Tifnir. Better start with Greektown. And there's one more? There's Yaoi H. I don't think I want to know what the H stands for. But that's it. That's our circus team. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 San Francisco 49ers. Scylla. This is a oh, this is the real Scylla. Yeah. Maybe it's the next dungeon, or the next raid in this series, but there's like a fake Scylla. I think she's just called Queen Scylla. But no, this one's the real deal. She's got a lot of elemental mechanics. Basically, you're pulling orbs to stabs, you're making sure not to get in people's way. I think this is the one where if you get ice and fire, you make water, and if you, oh god, I'm purple. If you stand in water, then you get like a fire resistance debuff. The fuck do I do with this again? I forget. Oh, it goes here. I'm smart. Oh, we did bad. Please. Yeah. Feed the beast. Oh, a lot of explosions happening. Oh god, circles. My one weakness. Ancient Flare. That's not fair. There's a good number of high-end spells in this game that they tried to... I mean, they've been used so often they have to put an adjective in front of them to differentiate from the regular version, like Ancient Flare. It's not the regular Flare, but it's like a really old version, you know? Back when legislation was different and they didn't regulate magic as much. I think my favorite one might be Optimized. I think Ruby Weapon and some other bosses use a version of Ultima called Optimized Ultima, which I love. I think that sounds really cool, especially when you're dealing with giant killer robos. Because, you know, if a robot's casting magic, that shit's gonna be optimized. Green Dragon, right out of Dragon Quest 1. I just finished that on my phone along with 2 and 3. I was excited to play 4. I mean, I'm a huge DQ fan. I've played all the games multiple times each, but man, I forgot that those ports of 4, 5, and 6 are not great. The ports of 1, 2, and 3 are fine, because they were porting them from the old Super Famicom remakes, and they look fine, they play fine, they sound fine. And I don't think it was Arte... Is Arte Piazza even still around? I don't think they handled the ports of their own games of 4, 5, and 6 on the phone, but yeah, I remember them being better than... Because I tried them out last night in bed. I'm like, I'm tired, I'm gonna play a Dragon Quest, because I finished 1 through 3, and then I booted up 4, and I'm like, oh no, what did you do? That's just, the controls are kind of awkward. I mean, the environments look fine, I guess. Why are your portraits just the size of 4 pixels in battle? I don't understand it. This guy, Glacia Labelas, he's called that because if you meet him in the bar, he's gonna glass ya. I'm sure this is just Latin for beef tenderizer. This is one of those fights that used to have mechanics, and I'm sure it still does, but you just burn them down and you can ignore the mechanics. But don't ignore Mike and the mechanics. That's classic rock. Look at this. Look how chill. Look how low stress this is. And he's dead. You just stand there. If a thing opens up under you, you move. You take 2 steps to the right. Aemon's Sash. I don't need that. All right, we're getting up there. Ooh, the tower's getting prettier. We got gold and sapphire steps. I don't know. Azer. I have an Azer laptop. Red Dragon. I love dragons. I love dragons that come in different flavors. I love a red dragon, a green dragon, a blue dragon. I love a zombie dragon. Old school RPGs were the first thing to make me scared of zombies. Not movies, but role-playing games. Because Phantasy Star was the first one. That was the first RPG I ever played. You had zombies and ghouls and such, and they had attack animations, and they were gross. At one point in the game, you just go into a morgue in a frozen wasteland, and it's just full of zombies. That game rules. Go play Phantasy Star. And use my walkthrough at crunkgames.com. Dragon Warrior, not quite as spooky. It just had skeletons that just kind of stood there like, I'm undead. But Final Fantasy, yeah, not just zombies as an enemy, but zombies as a concept. Because FF1 had an incredibly strong zombie dragon enemy in the last dungeon. And I think maybe 2 of them were, or maybe it was like a mini-boss. It might have been like an instanced fight. And I could never beat them as a kid. That's as far as I could get with zombie dragons, and I would always die to them, and I'd be like, fuck, shit, being undead makes you real strong. Turns out it's a gift and a curse. I guess it's mostly a curse. Oh, right, I'm doing a fight. So this is Amon. This guy is big into theater. He had, oh, ew, gross, experimental byproduct. He can turn you into stuff. He can set orbs after you. He can turn you to ice, and turn into ice is actually what we want, because if you remember the behemoth fight from the Labyrinth of the Ancients, you know, he drops those comets on you, and then you hide behind him. There you go. You're going to want to hide behind your friends when he casts Curtain Call, or Last Curtain, or whatever the fuck it's called. Blizzaga Forte, I love these skill names. Now, as a ranged, I'm lucky. I can just get in position early, stand behind the ice, and just keep hitting them. There it is, Curtain Call. So I'm going to stand behind whichever poor schmuck is stuck in the ice here, and that's going to be my shield. It's a slow cast because it's a powerful piece of business. And boom. Oh, there it is. Yaoi Hands was the other person in our party. Good to know. Alright, Amon down, Zande. Tay Zande is all that's left between us and victory. Every boss fight here is super easy. I mean, I'm sure it was all suitably tricky when it was new content, but now it's just, that's a good-looking throne. Now you just burn everything down. Tay Zande, you fight valiantly, mortals, but to no avail. He's got like a skin condition. I don't want the loot. This guy, he's got one annoying thing, and that's, he casts like a gravity thing, and you have to be inside of it, or else his subsequent earthquake attack is gonna bust your ass. Move immediately to the sealed area? Yes! Oh yeah, little circles with orbs in them. Stand in one so the damage gets absorbed. Do I have to stand in one? No. Move. I mean, I should know this, and I look real bad right now, but because it's a mechanic that shows up in a lot of boss fights. I don't know if more than one person standing in one circle spreads that damage apart. I can assume it does, because I always see people standing several to a circle. Oh, he summons Orbos, and we just get rid of him, or else his ultimate thing gets stronger. I really need a striking dummy for my house, because I am very unclear on the range of a lot of my abilities. Mostly Sam, but also a lot of my dancer abilities. I'm not quite sure. Some of them seem greater sometimes, and I don't know why. Oh, this is the thing we gotta stand in. Because when he does Ancient Quega, we don't want to die. And we didn't! Crisis averted! Oh god. He's probably gonna have one more Starfall Orb phase, and then he's probably gonna hit the ground. Yep, back to his mighty throne. Come on. Come on, you doof. Yaoi Hands, I'm even proud of you. Alright, doing his gravity thing again, and then he's almost dead. And then Grandpa's gotta lay down for a nap. Oh boy. Oh, I do have a shoomp. I should have shoomped. I ran when I could have shoomped. I do have one question about my shoomp. Sorry, en avant. And that is, if I were to start at point A with another character who did not shoomp, and we were to race to point B, and I was just, I can use 3 max. If I was just leaning on Shoom Shooms and he was just running normally, would we arrive at the same time? Because I thought the Shoomp is just a fast dodge, but when you, after the dodge, you're kind of like momentarily stunned for a sec, and then you can move again. I thought it was useful for getting out of things in a pinch, not necessarily for getting over a long distance quickly, because there is a boss later on in Shadowbringers where you've got to run across the length of the entire boss chamber, and I noticed that I'll just hit 3 Shoom Shooms and I'll just get there at around the same time as everyone else. So I don't think it's that much faster over long distances. Oh, no one left to calm but Eliza Thickberry. That's an easy calm. And all this loot is gross. I rolled a 1. Look, the luck I have. Let's get out of here. Well, next up we're supposed to do a lot of refights, and I don't want to do I don't want to show you the refights, because you know what? You've seen the basic ass primals, and then you saw them in hard mode. That's enough. There's also an Ultima weapon refight, but good lord, what a slog. Let's just stick to stuff we haven't done yet. I think Hullbreaker Isle is next. I'll handle that soon. BRB! Folks, welcome. Today, we are cracking skulls and breaking hulls on Hullbreaker Isle. This one has a gorilla in it, so get excited for that. It's certainly very good looking. Look, you got mankeys and birdos and just a lot of tree life. There's us. Went as Sam for this one, my old school Sam. Ooh, helmet off. Brought back my old what's it called? Eureka relic glam weapon, just because it's cool and I don't use it that often. See, it's got a glow about it. It's pretty neat. I'm trying to get back into Sam in the endgame stuff because I get the feeling that I've sort of defaulted to Dancer just because it's easier. Like, across the board. Dancer is way easier on every boss than Samurai. But the thing about Sam is just, to me, it's cooler and it's more rewarding. Not because it's hard. Alright, because it's hard. So now I'm facing an existential job crisis. Do I stick with Sam as my main because it's cool, or do I take Dancer as my new main, just because it's easy and honestly more fun to play? But is it really more fun to play? That's something that I haven't really decided. Last night I took Sam for a spin on some of the current endgame content. I was doing the Eden 5 through 8 fights last night with Sam. Usually I take Dancer, because all I need is an easy clear, need the drops, don't need to be a particular job. Cat Attack, oh, that name rules! But on this week's reset, this is the first week that people were able to get their Crystarium weapons, because you needed seven Shiva drops from Eden 8. So I got this brand spanking new IL 490 Samurai weapon, and I wanted to try it out, so I took Sam on this week's Eden runs, and it was great. I had a lot of fun. It was more stressful, but it was also more rewarding than doing it with Dancer. Ow! What? Oh, I must have caught in a bear trap. That sucks. This is a wicked island. Meanwhile, in COVID news, I guess Japan is starting to, take this more seriously. It's, I'm recording this on April 2nd, and I don't know when this is going to come out, probably mid to late April. But at the moment, Japan is kind of taking things a little more seriously. Even my wife wasn't really taking it seriously until, I'm smart, oh, we did bad.